Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Left Off the Map. Today, here in the kitchen, I'm going to make a pork belly dish. Now there are a few different ways in which you can prepare this pork belly dish, but it's really the marinade and the sauce that goes around. You could do this with chicken as well if you wanted to. You could even get away with doing it with fish. But I like pork belly, so we're going to use this pork belly. This is a really big, fatty piece of pork belly, so I'm going to trim it up a little bit because it is so big. So I want to cut it lengthways so that I can get more cubes basically for that sauce to wrap around. So this is a nice firm piece of pork belly. Sometimes when you get pork belly it can be quite soft or wet to start with. If you've got a piece like that, put it in the fridge uncovered overnight and the fridge will dry it out. All right, so I'm going to pop that into a bowl. And there are our pieces of pork belly. Now to go with that, I've got to start building my marinade, which will become my sauce. Spices have been dry roasted. I just want to let them sit and cool down a little bit before I grind them. So all the other ingredients that are going to go into our marinade slash sauce can go onto our pork belly. So soy sauce, sugar, pinch of salt, juice of an orange, and then some fresh garlic and fresh ginger. So I'll grate in a decent clove of garlic, which that one is, it's huge, and probably half of that knob of ginger, grate in on top of that. Mix all that through, and by then our spices will have cooled down enough that we can grind them. So grate these in, then our spices can go in, and then let that sit. It doesn't need to go in the fridge because it's only half an hour. Probably let that sit for half an hour for everything to commingle and get along, and then we're ready to cook. That's been sitting for long enough. Now, last thing I need to put in there is some chili flakes. A good pinch of chili flakes, depending on how much you like chili. If you don't like chili, obviously leave the chili flakes out. If you're a big fan of chili flakes, a couple of good pinches of chili flakes. And you can pick whichever sort of chili that you like. There are lots of different dried chilies that you can put in there. I just went with sort of Thai chili. Okay, so pan on. And then straight in with this. You want to go into a cold pan because we want to render out as much of that fat that we were talking about that's in that pork rind. So I'm going to start this on the hob, so on the gas, until you can hear it sizzling and until you're starting to get some good color on it. And then I've got my oven on fan grill. So then I'll pop it into my oven on fan grill, which is set at 185 for about 15 minutes. So you're going to get the fan circulates the heat around, so it's still roasting in there, but we're getting that radiant heat from the grill element, which will help crisp up that pork belly. My pork belly is done. Turn the grill off, come out. I think that finishing this dish off in the oven under the grill is the best way to go. Chop some fresh chili after it's come out of the oven like it has now, while it's still hot. Chop some fresh chili, pop that in and stir that through, and just have that oil sort of blanch or quickly fry that chili when it goes in so that it releases its flavour and its heat. Would be a great way to finish this dish off. That tea towel's still there, don't want to lose that. You've got all those crunchy bits of peanut in there now that have been fried in that oil. Dish started off, I think, as mainly a chili pork, but now that I think about it, it's more of sort of a sautéed chili pork. Once you sort of roast those peanuts and then fry those peanuts in that oil that comes out, you are going to get a lot of similar flavours that you would from a sauté. So that's a pretty yummy, extremely tasty. There's a lot of flavour in that extremely tasty pork dish.